What's going on, everyone? Yeah, let's talk about the Delphi murders and let's talk about Richard, the guy you see in the photo surrounded by the police and the guards. Let's talk about it, okay? Whether you're on Team Abby and Libby or you're on Team Richard, because I know there's a lot of people out there that truly believe Richard's innocent. Whether you are on his team or whether you're on Abby and Libby's team, I want to talk about the facts, okay? So let's talk about the facts. What is it? I want to remind everybody, for one, what police do have against this man, all right? So let's ask ourselves, what is it that police have or has against Richard? Okay? All right, so for one, let's talk about that. Let's not forget that police and the prosecution has boots, okay? They have multiple knives because, we all know that knives was used in Abby and Libby's murder, right? So police have multiple knives. They have boots of his. They have sweatshirts. Okay, they have a blue jacket that matches the infamous blue jacket that's seen on the man that was on the bridge that Libby took a picture of. Okay, they have they have outfits that match the guy that was in the photo that Libby took a picture of that day. Not to mention, Richard's wife admitted to police that he has the same clothes as the man on the bridge. Okay. So they have that. Multiple knives, multiple sweatshirts, multiple clothing that matches the same clothing the man on the bridge was wearing. They have the Pig Sour P226 gun, okay? They have his gun that forensics has already linked and matched up to the bullet that the bullet that was found in between Abby and Libby's bodies, okay? They've already did the forensics on the gun and the bullet, and they've already determined that there's a match. Okay, so that's the smoking gun right there that they have. Why does Richard Allen own a gun that matches up to a bullet, that forensically matches up to a bullet that was found in between Abby and Libby's dead bodies? Okay, but y'all want to think that he's innocent, okay? Which that's fine. Everybody has the right to their own opinions and thoughts. Okay, so police has the gun, the smoking gun, and they have the bullet. Okay, they have that. What else do police and prosecution has against this man? They have multiple cell phones. They have multiple electronics. And when I say multiple, I don't just mean 2 or 3. This guy had like a whole box of cell phones, throwaway phones. So they have that. They have a hard drive to an iPod. Okay. They have that. Now, we're just people on the outside, so we don't exactly know what police and prosecution has that's on that hard drive that they have, and what's on all of those cell phones and electronics that they have of his. Okay, we don't know what's on those, but we do know police has them, right? And we do know that Richard Allen's in custody still, right? Okay, so all right, 1 and 1's 2, right? Okay, so we know that they have all that, multiple cell phones, they have multiple electronics, they have an iPod hard drive. They have all these electronics and cell phones, okay? So that's more stuff that they have against this man, okay? Not to mention they have the exact same outfits that the man was wearing when Libby took the picture of the infamous bridge guy that was on the bridge. They have the same outfits, same jacket, okay? Let's not forget that not only police have all these things against this man, let's not forget that this man admitted to being on the bridge that day. Of course, he pretty much had no choice but to admit, really, but for one, because they have, let's not forget the police gather cell phone tower data, and let's not forget that they also have satellites in the sky that take pictures of the area every couple days. So they have that too. And let's not forget that this man actually admitted to police, the conservation officer, that he was actually on the bridge that day. So he admitted it himself. He was out on the bridge that day around that time. He claims he was looking at fish. So there's that. So they have all that. And let's also not forget that while he was incarcerated on April 3rd of this year, he admitted, it was like 5 or 6 different times, he admitted to his wife and his own mother on a recorded phone call conversation while he was in jail that he is responsible for Abby and Libby's murders. That came out of his own mouth, okay? Now, I've been hearing a lot of people try to use the excuse, well, he was under mental distress. Okay, for one, that's just what his defense attorney is going to try to get him out of this mess. They're going to claim he had mental distress. Okay, and y'all want to say, well, he was in solitary confinement for 5 whole months and he was just under so much mental stress. Of course he would admit to anything just to get out of that situation. Okay. All right, years ago, I've been to jail before. I've worked in law enforcement and I've been to jail. So I've been on both sides of the law before, okay? I pulled 6 months, which is a half a year, in solitary confinement, okay? I got into a fight while I was in jail. A big riot broke out when the guards served us our dinner one night and our food that they served us was still frozen. And they just told us to eat it anyways. We started throwing our food at the guard towers. Whole riot broke out. We got into a fight, and I assaulted some sheriff deputies. I got thrown into the hole for 6 months, okay? For a half of a year, I was in the hole every single day for 6 months. Even spent Christmas in the hole, okay? Richard Allen was only in there for 5 months, and y'all are claiming, oh, he admitted to the murders because he was in mental stress. Of course he would admit it to anything. Okay, well, how come I pulled 6 months in the hole, and when they finally pulled me out of the hole, if they would have asked me if I killed 2 kids, I would have told them they was fucking crazy, okay? And I probably would have assaulted the guard and got put back in the hole again. Okay, so how come I didn't admit to killing or hurting 2 kids after being in the hole for 6 months? Y'all's excuses, he was in there for 5 months. Okay, I was in there for 6 months. How come I didn't admit to hurting or killing 2 kids? That's another reason how I know this man's guilty. Okay, the reason he admitted on the phone to his mother and wife that he killed Abby and Libby is because subconsciously he knows he did it and he needed to get it off his chest to cleanse his soul. Okay? That's another reason why I know this man's guilty. That's why I get so upset when people try to defend this man. But y'all claim y'all care about Abby and Libby, right? Y'all need to accept the fact that this man is guilty. The state does have evidence against this man. No matter how many podcasters you want to listen to claim that they don't have anything against him. They have stuff. I just named the stuff that they have against this man. He is guilty. Y'all need to accept the fact that he's guilty and let Abby and Libby get justice.